Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are blessed. And I certainly hope you all are living your best lives free. And what do I mean by that? Well, in the scriptures, John 8:36, it reads, "If the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed." And I'm referring to the Son of the Most High God, Jesus Christ, our Savior, our Lord, our Redeemer, our deliverer. He's our keeper. He's our friend like no other friend. He's a way like no other way. He's a will in the middle of a will. He is our everything. He is our source. He is our God. And there's no other one like him. And so I give him that glory and honor in my videos, and I'm giving him that glory and honor today. And I hope that you join along with me to give him that glory and honor that is due him. Welcome back to my channel, y'all. I am just doing a impromptu today, and I had some time, so I said, let me get over here and do a video, say hello to you all. I am trying to get my videos in between my work and that kind of thing, and so I have to do like a little balance, some prioritizing as well. So yeah, that's why I'm here today. And I hope you all are doing well. It's been very, very warm, the climate. And so just trying to stay cool. And I hope you guys are having good weather wherever you are, whether you're watching day or night, just welcome. And all of you new subscribers who have joined in to this channel, welcome. I really appreciate you coming in. And all of my old timers, welcome back. And you know, guys know I'm praying for you. I just want you to know that too. And for all of you newcomers, I pray for everyone that views my videos. You don't have to subscribe to be prayed for. All you have to do is click on and click off, and God knows who you are. You're being prayed for. And so I want you to pray for me as well as I continue. So I do have a bit of a topic today. Some will ask the question about how to walk upright with the Lord, how to be a Christian in this day and age without engaging in some activities that may be considered borderline sin. And one of the questions is in regards to drinking wine and smoking marijuana. And so I know on several of my videos, I have addressed this issue that we should abstain from those types of things because the Lord wants us to be sober. Let me pull up a scripture. In 1 Peter 5:8, it reads, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." This is one of the scriptures that we can relate to when it comes to how the Lord wants us to be as far as maintaining and occupying, while we're here, while we're walking our walk with him. He wants us to be sober, to be in our right minds. Now, from just experience, I'm not just a Christian that is, telling you this, standing on a pedestal looking down on you. I used to drink wine and I used to smoke weed. I used to even drink liquor or cocktails when it came to going out with friends and things of that nature. And during those times, I considered myself saved. But I also knew the scriptures about being sober. And during those times, my goal when I smoked weed and when I drank was not to be sober, but to feel a buzz, to feel good, and sometimes even to turn up and get drunk straight up. And so, because of my personal experience and those who I interact with, I've worked in situations dealing with individuals that have problems with substances, substance use issues, and things of that nature. I know the statistics, how prevalent it is, not just in our nation, but worldwide. The need to numb yourself in order to deal with life's day-to-days. And so oftentimes that is the intention when you are considering yourself relaxing and things of that nature. And so I'm not here to judge anyone, to put anyone down. I'm here to share the experiences that I had as a lukewarm Christian. I'm here to share with you that there is a way that it may seem right to you. It may seem like, there's no harm, no foul. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not, getting behind the wheel and driving. I'm not trying to, do things around children or do things around individuals where I'm disrespecting. I'm just taking a little time to myself, have a little smoke or have a little drink, and I'm going to be just fine. And so if you are responsible enough as an adult to make those decisions for yourself, then you are making those decisions for yourself. No one can make those decisions for you. But you also have to really look into your heart to determine what are your true intentions when you want to roll up something or when you want to, sit back and relax and have a drink. What are your true intentions? Now, there are a lot of Christians who drink wine, and I'm not going to come down on anyone that drinks wine. Okay, so I'm going to read these two scriptures in Matthew 11, 18 through 19. It reads, "For John," meaning John the Baptist, "he came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he hath a devil." So they were comparing John against Jesus. And then it says, "The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners." So that's one verse I want to read. And then there's another verse here that I just saw where it mentions, let's see here. So what I want to do is go over a few scriptures. And so you have to really discern for yourself. When it comes to, in my opinion, this is my opinion. Now, I am not a pastor and I'm not someone here to try to make you do this and that. I would suggest that you talk to your pastor, talk to your spiritual leader, and ask him to lead and guide you, because you have a relationship with that person and they know you and your character. You know you and your character. And you know whether you're trying to justify wanting to do something to get away with the sin or wanting to do it because it's just something that you want to do without intentions of, being drunk or anything like that. Now, in my opinion, when it comes to marijuana, you smoke one puff, you're already getting inebriated. Wine is a different thing, because wine can be used for various reasons when it comes to health. They say one glass of wine a day, just in healthcare, is good, especially for your circulatory system, and it contains a lot of antioxidants. So on the one hand, I'm going to answer the question and say, if you're talking about weed and wanting to smoke weed, I would just stay away from it. I wouldn't even try to, go there with it. When it comes to wine, now hard liquor, I believe hard liquor is just an absolute no, because those are what they call spirits, and I would just abstain from hard liquor and marijuana altogether. When it comes to wine, then you have to use your discernment. And that's when I say talk to your spiritual leader about certain things. There may be health benefits and things of that nature for you when it comes to drinking a glass of wine a day. But then keep in mind your intent for drinking wine and your desire not to get drunk. You know, you don't want to get drunk and then be trying to use that as a justification to, drink. We don't want you to do that. Okay, so what I want to do is I would ask that I'm going to read several scriptures. I have them written down here. But I would ask that you speak to your spiritual leader when it comes to wine, because there are some medical benefits, they say, to drinking wine and that kind of thing. And so, I know I offend a lot of people when I talk about this subject because some folk, at the end of the day, they want to come home and have a glass of wine and, they're Christian and they feel like they can do it responsibly without the desire of getting drunk. And so I stand to be corrected on that. I know that I can say a lot of general blanket statements, but my desire is really so that we can get our hearts in the right place and not be lukewarm, not trying to dibble and dabble in the world just because it's convenient to do so, and then turn around and come back in the church because it's, we know that if we don't go to church, then we may go to hellfire. So we don't want to be using the Lord in that way because he ultimately knows the intent of our heart, right? So it says, okay, when it comes to moderation and acceptance in Ecclesiastes 9:7, it says, go thy way, eat thy bread with joy and drink thy wine with a merry heart, for God now accepteth thy works. And so we're talking about using moderation and acceptance if you decide to drink wine. 1 Timothy 5:23, drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach's sake and thine often infirmities. So this is where we see that it has some health benefits as well. Now the Bible also, and this is where I come in at, warning against excess and drunkenness. And in my opinion, we Americans, we have a tendency to want to be inebriated. We want to turn up. And so that's why I say you have to, yourself, ask yourself, where are the intentions of your heart? Are you trying to do this because, you just want to be able to take benefits from the fruit of the vine, or are you doing it because you just want to turn up? So Ephesians 5:18, it says, and be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Proverbs 20:1, wine is a mocker. Strong drink is raging. Strong drink is liquor, what we call the spirits. And whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. Do you see that? So it's like a very thin line that you're skating if you decide to want to adopt that kind of lifestyle. Proverbs 23:31-32, look not thou upon the wine when it is red, when it giveth his color in the cup, when it moveth itself aright. At the last it biteth like a serpent, and stingeth like an adder. So, and then it goes on. And here are some scriptures where you can drink wine in a celebratory manner. Just back on that last verse where it says, it starts off one way and then you can come back and bite like a serpent and sting like an adder. So just be careful. What we're driving at here is if you open that door, you may not be able to close it. Substance use studies, marijuana or weed will open the door, can open the door for you to want other substances. So be careful. And this is the same thing I think the scriptures are talking about when it comes to wine. Like you can start off one way and then end up biting you and stinging you. You get what I'm saying? And so now in celebration, it reads here, John 2:1-11, This passage describes Jesus turning water into wine at the wedding in Cana. And then in Psalms 104, he causes the grass to grow for the cattle and herbs for the service of man, that he may bring forth food out of earth, and wine that maketh glad the heart of man, and oil to make his face to shine, and bread which strengtheneth man's heart. So as you can see, the Bible goes back and forth with, wine being used for celebratory reasons, being used for reasons for benefits of the health, and then bringing joy and things of that nature. I think you have to really look at yourself, put a mirror in your face to determine what is your intent. And this might be a controversial video to many. In my opinion, my suggestion is to abstain. If you don't know, and especially if you're young and you're trying to, try something for the first time and all that kind of stuff, I would suggest you just leave it alone altogether. And that I'm going to stand on that. Some people don't know what their weaknesses are. And if you don't know that you may have a weakness in an area where you can be addicted, because some people can be addicted to food, they can be addicted to gambling. There's a lot of different things you can, become addicted to, and it will cause a problem in your life. And you may not know that you have a weakness, either physiologically in your body or even, psychologically, just having a tendency to obsess or fixate on certain things. If you don't know yourself in that way, I would just suggest that you leave it alone. That's why we say to abstain, stay away from it. Don't turn up, don't do that. If you know yourself well enough, and a lot of folk are grown enough to know themselves, they've partied before and they know where they can go and where they can't go. They know what is a problem and what's not a problem. And so I would just suggest that you monitor yourself. And if you can't really monitor yourself, talk to someone, a spiritual leader, a spiritual mentor, someone that will be able to help you work through this. But I wouldn't suggest you open any doors, because you might be opening the doors of Pandora's box. So I hope I was able to answer that question. I see it frequently, and I see this as something that people ponder on. And I am certainly not someone who, discards anyone because of what they do and what they don't do. Because, hey, I'm a sinner saved by grace. I can't sit here and judge anyone for anything, because I know where I've been. I know where my mind can go. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. And as Paul said, I could be one of the chief of them. So I'm not going to sit here and put myself on a pedestal to put you down and say, you should do this or you should do that. I would want you, especially if you're someone who's young and you're just trying things out and you're asking questions, talk to your spiritual leader, and they will help guide you and give you, they know you better, they'll help guide you, give you the best advice. And also take a look at those scriptures that I just read, and then do some studying and research for yourself and make a determination. I don't think the Bible tells us cut and dry, do not drink wine. I just don't see that in there. So you do have to, do your due diligence and study for yourself. So that's all I have to say about that. I hope that I was able to answer some questions to some of you, and to others, maybe, add or shed some light on some things as to why I'm always telling you guys, don't do this and don't do that. You see where my perspective is coming from. But then again, it's just my opinion. Yeah, talk to your spiritual leaders and loved ones and family and things of that nature. They can help you. And that's what we're supposed to do. Help each other, help one another on this spiritual walk. Okay, so I just want to say thank you all for stopping by. I will see you next time, and God bless.